Hello, welcome to our garden. So today, what are we? Saturday the 17th of February. Spring's round the corner. A couple of things I want to get done today. I'm still not getting down that bloody allotment. But I've got lots of prep work to do here still. I might try and steal a couple of hours tonight and tomorrow night just to turn over the last couple of bits of beds. Might set a time lapse up, might not. I don't know. I haven't got a proper big stand yet for the camera, which I must get. Would make life a lot easier down the allotment. Anyway, so a couple of things I need to do today. Firstly, Jerusalem artichokes. So last year I bought a single tuber, just one. That's all I wanted, and it cost me, I think it was about $3.99, which is way too much, way too much. But I got it after watching a video by Hugh Richards, and he swears by them, and they do look quite tasty. I did have one many years ago. I had it in a roast dinner. It was a very, very unique flavour. But what he does is he picks them this time of year, and once he's finished picking them, he immediately puts some of the tubers back in. And every single year when we get the lull, there's just nothing to eat in the garden really. Odd bit of winter salad. But they're ready and they're very tasty. And he just roasts them. So I thought last year, all right, I'll get one. I'll give it a go. What I'll do now is I'll take you back to about half an hour ago where I picked that one tuber. And yeah, I'll let you go back to me a little while ago. So, here she is. Now the plants grow quite, not the right angle really. The plant itself grows quite large. Now this tub only had one Jerusalem artichoke in it. What we're going to do, because I don't want to use this to eat this year, I only grew this to then grow a larger volume next year, so where we are now. So I'm going to mess around with the camera, try and point it downwards. We'll try and do that. My camera's supposed to have a feature where I do that and it stops recording. Apparently not. Right, so if we take my plant out, my little wormy friends. Yeah, so I've left this a little bit too late because these have started to grow already. This is not too bad considering it's in a little tub, first season. There's one. And we'll just see what we get. Oh, that one's been eaten. That one's starting to shoot, so that one's good. There's one in this little bit of grass. That one's been eaten as well. I'll put it in there for now anyway. There we go, we found some good ones. So here we go. This is what we're looking for. Jerusalem artichoke. So these would be right for the dinner. Obviously you can see all the nodules coming up, so this is ready to go in the ground. There's another one. Try not to damage the roots on them. Cool, blimey, they've done well. Now from what I've seen, Jerusalem artichokes are brilliant for the lull, the time of year where you don't get an awful lot. And considering this was just one single point, one tuber, there's a lot in here. No, there's still more, still more. Oh my gosh, there's even more of them. Look at this. Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, I like these. Considering all I did with these was chuck them in this tub about a year ago. You can see why it's so prolific. I'm pretty sure even these small ones are going to be viable to plant. They're all trying to grow. Oh, I'll have to show my wife this in a minute. This is impressive. That one's not viable, that one's gone bad. Oh, there's more. There's, bloody hell, how many are going to be in here? plausible. All I'm doing at the minute is just emptying this into one of my raised beds. This bed I've actually got to get rid of this year, unfortunately, because it started to rot. All down to the way that I've built them. But we learn. Oh, there's still more. Oh my gosh, look at these ones. Wow. A lot of hairy caterpillars in here as well. I'll be careful of them. Don't know if I make my skin go itchy. Loads of them. Yeah. Hairy little buggers. Bury them in here. And then I think that's got to be all of them, hasn't it? No, it's still not all of them. There's still more. And another one. Oh, and another one. Wow. I was a little bit worried to check on these, to be honest, because I was thinking I've probably messed it up leaving them in here way too long. And I saw Hugh Richards, I think it is, the YouTuber. Saw his video on them the other day, and it was around about February that he was digging them up. Well, look at that. That's not too bad at all, is it? Well, looks like I'm going to have Jerusalem artichokes at the allotment then. Right, let's carry on with what we were doing. So as you can see, I'm very impressed. So I have my tray of tubers. Now I don't know, and anybody who watches my video who has planted Jerusalem artichokes before, maybe you can tell me. There are a number of tubers which are all connected to each other. Now they all have their own little nodules growing. Nodule, 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 nodule. 4 nodules. If I were to break these nodules off, would they grow as their own plant? Now I'm not going to plant this today. I'm going to leave them in the greenhouse probably until some point next week when I've finished turning over the bed for them. So please, in the comments, if you have grown Jerusalem artichokes, let me know. Can I split this up into individual points for the tubers to then grow and get me more food ultimately? But yeah, really, really impressed, considering it was probably no bigger than this one here. It's what I planted, and I have a plethora of them. There's another one with several nodules on it. So I would assume I could, but I don't know. Might do some research. But yeah, so they're done. They're in here. They're all ready. The 2 trays you can see over here, I have a really bad habit with sunflowers. So we've been nurturing our own sunflowers for a few years now, and we've managed to get a giant sunflower. It started off as Evening Sun, which is this really beautiful crimson red, yellow, goldish bands around its petals. Moderately tall, say 4 foot. And we also had some, I think they were just generic giant sunflowers, which had relatively big heads. And they've been crossbred again and again and again. And we had these beautiful, massive heads last year. Absolutely gorgeous things. But my bad habit is, I've got a little bunker just outside my office where all the bikes and things go. And on top, I put all the sunflowers. I put all of the strawberry pots. I have a terrible habit of leaving the sunflower heads on there, thinking, oh, I'll go back to it. And then because there's loads of pots around them, I don't see them and forget them. And I was just having to clear out, bringing all the strawberries in, because I'm ready to rush them, and I'll go through that in a minute. And yeah, I realised that I'd forgotten them, and a lot of them had started sprouting already. So all I've done is probably about 150, 200 seeds in each of these trays. I've just putting them in there so they can sprout a bit, and then from there I'll start picking them. It's way too early for sunflowers anyway. So if I do get any success with them, they're going to be growing in my greenhouse for some time and probably just have to stay in tubs, or at very least be fully supported. But yeah, so that's what they are. Did have a cock up, so I haven't been in the greenhouse for a week or so because we've been a little bit busy with some other things. Unfortunately, we've had yet more poorliness in our house, which is never nice. But my plan on my last video, I'm sure you noticed, was to get a load of flowers planted as well. Now, I got called away whilst I was setting all the plants up and then forgot I left them out. And in my greenhouse, I have a very, very small leak. And unfortunately, the leak was, well, right above where all the seeds were. So now I have sweet peas that are starting, I don't know if you can see that, starting to sprout through the packet. Lots of other seeds there. So today, using these lovely little pots, minus that one, I'm going to get all of them planted. But yeah, so Jerusalem artichokes, they're ready for the ground. Just need to get the bed sorted. Another thing I wanted to show you is the strawberries. So I have got, just outside there, excuse the camping chair, I've got a nice big 2 metre by 1 metre bed of strawberries, bloody lovely things. I have 3 children and me and my wife, and we like strawberries, so there wasn't enough. So we took some of the sprouts from them. So if you haven't grown strawberries before, you can grow them in 2 different ways. You can grow them from the seed, and I have had success doing that, literally just taking a ripe strawberry, put it in a little pot of compost, give it a bit of moisture, leave it in the greenhouse, and after a month or so you start getting little sprouts come up and you tend to them, look after them, and it's a bit of a hassle. Well, the other thing you can do is you can clone the plant. Now the plant will send off runners. Now if you want loads of fruit from your strawberries, when you see these little tendrils coming away, take them off. You don't want the plant doing that if you want lots of fruit. Last year I wanted more plants. So what I did is I took these tendrils that were coming off and I popped them in little pots. I've just picked them all out, and as you can see, this is where the tendril was. So this came from the mother plant, and you get this little crown appear on it. Put it straight on soil, it immediately starts sending its roots down. And you get mixed success with it. This one, a few little roots, but then other ones are more successful. Yeah, so I've got all of those ones there, and then in addition I have to clean them all out, take all the dead plants and the weeds out of it, dead leaves, sorry. But I have all of these strawberries in here, nice little tower. I need to get more of these proper strawberry pots, they're bloody brilliant. But yeah, oh, beans are doing all right. And here's something I really love about these pots. So if this was just a bog standard pot, I'd look on top and I think, oh, I'm having some issues. This one looks like it's trying to come through. Some of the soil's come up. But if I take this tray out, you look at the side, you see there's the main taproot. This is why it's such a tall pot, because they really do send their taproots down. But you can see the plants are indeed growing in here and getting ready to, well, you can't see on that side actually, that's just mud on that side. But you can see that they're getting ready to pop out, which is brilliant. Oh, sorry about that. Really got to get better with the camera. But yeah, so plan right now. Going to get all the sweet peas and everything potted up. I've still got a load of my compost mix here so I can get them all done and dusted. I've got a nice big seed start tray here to be able to put them all in. Get that all done. Probably set you up on a time lapse because I love my time lapse. Plus I get to listen to my music, which is always nice. It's hard to talk and listen to my music whilst potting. Yeah, see you in a moment. So with the lavender, I'm going to do that a little bit different. All those flowers are done now, so that's all fine. But the lavender, I've got a bit of an idea of what I want. Now my wife is growing an awful lot of lavender this year for our garden. And that's brilliant, I bloody love it. It's good for plants because it brings in all the insects you want, and it just smells lovely and it looks gorgeous. But it's quite early in the year to be starting it from seed in my experience, so I'm going to use, actually I'll show you this. So this is just a little propagator tray, 3 parts. You've got the tray for the water, you've got the seed start tray, and then a little mini lid sits on top, keeps it like a greenhouse. Yeah, you're all familiar with them, I'm sure. But my plan is I'm going to put it into one of these, because I'm starting these from seed, because I like a little bit of variety. And the ones I've got in, where are they? There we go. Well, you can't really see it because it's got loads of other seeds all over it, because they've spilled out of the lettuce. Damn it. Oh no! Now that means, oh no, that's perlite. No, I'm okay. That's just perlite that's on there. Yeah, you can see, such a silly mistake to make. Can't believe I let this get all wet. Thankfully the seeds themselves are in a nice foil pack, which has started to actually get wet through. Right, try and dry my hands a little bit so I can handle the seeds. Where's my pencil? So all I do is use a pencil. I do have a dibber somewhere, which I really enjoy using my dibber, but I don't know where it is, and I have a pencil to hand. So that's what I'll use. So I'm just making about 5mm depth. That's all I'm doing for these seeds. They're only diddy little things. The rule of thumb, the bigger the seed, the deeper you need to set it. Like for example with these broad beans, oh, let the water drip out of that first. With the broad beans, they're quite a substantial seed. You can see, quite a big seed. So I tend to put them around about this level. You've got the big old taproot that shoots down, that's the way they are. But things like lavender and calendula, rubeta, all of these pretty little flowers, their seeds are tiny. Although actually no, the rubeta was fairly substantial. It looked a little bit like a cashew nut. Oh, there is moisture inside. Yeah, I might be okay. But there is the packet of 50 seeds compared to broad bean seed. It's a little bit of a difference. So I have 12 trays. The reason why I'm trying to keep my hands dry is these guys will just stick to my hands if there's any moisture on. I'm trying to do it just 2 per cell, although that one didn't work. There you go. I've got one of them under my nail now. That's less than ideal considering I don't have many of them. Right, looks like I'll be alright. Which one was it that I didn't get many in? There you go, that one. Okay, so then all we're going to do is just, rather than adding more soil, just folding it over. And then this will get a little swig of water on it. But most importantly, and something year after year I keep bloody forgetting to do with all of my seeds. I start okay this time. Don't know whether you're the same or not, but when we first make a start, I start with best intentions. The 17th, aren't we? Of labelling all of my flowers that I plant and all of the fruit and veg. And by the time we get to April, I always seem to have pots of things growing and not got a bloody clue what the hell they are. Right. That's the lavender all done. Get in there. So it's only a wee one today. Next steps for the next video, I need to be down the allotment. I need to get on with it. I've got all my potatoes that are all chitted nicely up. I've got my fleece to put over them so they can go in now. We're a couple of weeks away from spring. So ideally I want to get them in the ground in the next week or two. Well, obviously I've got all my garlic to put in. A comment, I'm very sorry, I've forgotten your name again. There's a lady who I believe is from Canada who put in the comments the other day with regards to these onion sets that I've got, to pop them in some pots and get them in the ground when ready, and it'll give them a bit of a head start. And I will be doing that, but I'm going to do that off camera because I've got quite a few of them to do. And whilst they would make a lovely time lapse, I'm sure, I'm just going to get them done as and when I can. Probably do it late this evening, get the old spotlight on. It won't be very good for the camera anyway. But get them all set up. So yeah, so they need to get down there. The garlic needs to get down there. The soft neck and hard neck both need to be in the ground. So next video, I'll try to make sure it's within 2 weeks, preferably next week, but we will see. Either way, thank you ever so much for joining us today. If anybody has grown Jerusalem artichokes and they do know whether you can split the tubers, please let me know. I'm really, really keen on making these work because, yeah, they seem quite an exciting thing to do, and I don't know many people who've grown them. But yeah, so do let us know. Don't forget, like and subscribe if you do enjoy this content, and have yourself a fantastic day. See you in the next one, guys.